Okay, what's going on, everybody? We are at the stage now where the boat is in the shop. I'm done making a massive mess with all the buffing, the sanding, the washing of the boat. I'm actually to the point now where I feel like I can actually start to consider applying the Poli Glow product. So there's a thing called Poli Ox. It's like a baking soda powdery material that you put on their scrub mitt, and that's what you're going to use to do your final prep stage to get the boat and all the grime off the gel coat. Then you go through, you wash the boat with Poli Prep. You do the same method with a little bit lighter agitating mitt that they send you in the kit. I'll link the kit below. I've been really impressed with the product so far. The Poli Prep cut through all the grime and all the stuff that sits on your gel coat and discolors it, gives you those nasty lines from it sitting in the water. So I'm really impressed with that so far. Definitely am excited to now get into the Poli Glow. So at the end of this video, hopefully I'll be able to apply enough coats to show you guys what the actual results are. I'm not going to polish the gel coat, so this is a little bit different method. I think the gel coat is just simply too far gone on this boat for me to spend more time and effort going over several stages of sanding, and I don't want to burn through the gel coat. That's why I chose to go with this product. Hopefully this is going to give us the shine, the sheen, the gloss that we're looking for. And then when I talked to Poli Glow, they actually said that you could potentially put on a topper, not an actual ceramic coating, but like a ceramic quick detailer spray that's going to give you that hydrophobic water effect. It'll keep your water marks and your water spots off the boat, and it'll add a little additional UV protection to the gel coat, which is going on top of the Poli Glow. So I'm going to get into applying this. I'm going to use the method where you have a damp mitt that they send you in the kit. You rub a nice even coat across the gel coat, you let it dry, and then you put that on in several stages. The more you put on the product, the more of a gloss and shine you're going to get. Completely trying something new. I'm definitely hoping it's going to give me the shine I'm looking for. Now the boat is at this stage now where I'm going to hit it with an oil and grease remover called Prep by Geon. So I'm going to spray a microfiber towel, spray the gel coat, and remove any additional contaminants that are on the gel coat before I actually get to applying the Poli Glow product itself. I had an issue with the shop air conditioning unit, and I finally fixed that today. I actually had a mouse that was in the AC unit. When I took the top off to access the coil outside on my mini split, there was a mouse hanging out right there, and he made a huge nest, and it was a disaster, so I had to fix some wires. Now I've got the AC running in the shop. It's at 70 degrees, it's comfortable, and I don't have that humidity issue that I had before where my floor and all the steel components in the shop were getting wet and dewy from all the humidity. So now I feel like I'll actually be able to put this on, allow it to cure, let it dry. It'll be a quicker application process, instead of applying a product, having to wait for a super long time for it to actually cure or having to do any of this outside. I've got a clean facility now that I can work in. After I'm done getting the gel coat to look good, hopefully it's going to look good, I'm going to go into doing the carpet. And I'll show obviously me installing the carpet as well, but I'm going to get to applying the Poli Glow, and I'll bring you guys along with and show you what the steps look like, how the process is. So let's get to work. Okay. Again, I'm sorry that I'm jumping all over the place. I'm gonna actually get to work here, but I just wanted to show you guys. So this is the prepped surface with the Poli Prep. I'm going to use Geon's Prep to make sure that the boat is clean and ready for Poli Glow. I'm gonna do a test. These fenders are done on this trailer. So I'm gonna do a test and see, can I build up and actually get the trailer to look better. I'll do a before and after so you guys can see that. So the boat's in a climate controlled shop now. It's clean. Obviously we don't have carpet. We've got products. There's junk everywhere. I apologize for that, but I just want to do a quick video where I could show you guys. This is kind of the sheen of the wet sanded gel coat. Nothing's on it. It's ready for the Poli Glow to go on. But as we walk towards the boat, you can see this corner is what we've coated. So I'm going to put more coats on than what I have, but look at the gloss. Look at how good of, I mean, the gel coat, the metallics, everything is just really improved on this corner. I'm trying to get the light to reflect so you guys can see that, but I'm really impressed. So I think I want to put my Ranger decal back on. I don't have the 185VX. Again, this is kind of an economy build for the most part, but Ranger wanted an absurd amount of money for just the Ranger decal. They couldn't even get me the 185 and VX, and I want to keep what the boat is on the boat. So they're like, hey, why don't you just buy stickers that are bubble stickers from somebody else? Well, yeah, okay. I don't want to go through the process of trying to do that. So I'm going to put on the Ranger decal, Poli Glow over all the decals that are on the boat, then try to, cure everything in, make it look uniform for the most part. But we've got significant improvement, which is fantastic. There's reflection. We're not done, of course, but the boat itself, we are going to get significant improvement, and the whole boat is going to have to get coated. I don't have the straps for it. I need to get them. I thought about actually lifting the boat with the car hoist. I've done that in the past where I actually cradle the boat. I can pull the trailer out and I can get the boat better. But like I said, for the sake of time, I'm not going to be able to do that. I just have to get this product on. I got to get the carpet done. I got to get the seats in. I have to do a bunch of work to the electrical, to the motor itself. I want to make sure this thing's going to run good. It's going to be reliable. So if you're looking for a good option for your gel coat, if you're oxidized, I think the oxidization or the oxidized gel coat that I have is probably as bad as you can get. This little skimmer pad here, this little pad with the diluted Poli Prep, that's what you're supposed to use normal. They also gave you, in the kit that I have linked, they give you some Scotch-Brite pads. That's for like the aggressive stuff. Well, it is, unless you have what I had going on in this boat. Then you really need to start with like 400, 600, 800, 1,000, 1,200, and go up to a higher grit on your gel coat before you apply something like Poli Glow. So this is nuts. This is a big job. I think the improvement we're gonna see after I completely coat the boat in Poli Glow, the gel coat, we can check off the list and we can get to the other stuff. So I know this has been a super long batch of videos that I've done, and I'm working on trying to do better at, planning this out, but I'm also on a crunch of time trying to figure out, what product I need to use. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna coat the whole boat several times in Poli Glow. I'm gonna finish getting all of the boat wiped off with Prep. Not Poli Prep, but Prep from Geon. I'll link that below if you guys are curious. I mean, it's just a wax and grease remover. It's phenomenal. So if you're looking for a really good cleaner when you're prepping before you put on like a coating, which I think Poli Glow is, that's what I use. And then I'm just doing a little trial and error. So I've got one coat of Poli Glow on this fender. The fenders are shot on this trailer, honestly. I'll show you the other fender here. So this one, I use the Polyox, the Poli Prep, and then one coat of Poli Glow. They're not gonna be beautiful, that's for sure. But this side, bear with me, it is just chalky. It's totaled, right? I should really be getting new fenders or a new trailer, honestly, but I just want to see how much of an improvement can I make to the trailer. I've got to get a little decal sticker thrown on there for the foot pad, but just testing to see what we can do. Got to remove the decal or the tape, apply the decal, and we're going to go around and apply the Poli Glow to the boat. So this is the section here, basically from the front of the boat to the console. I buffed, and then I said it's not going to be good enough for what I want. So then I went through and I sanded everything. So this is, we're going to have these cracks and stuff like this, but this is what we're going to deal with on the boat. So we're really going to find out if it comes to life when we put on Poli Glow. If we're still going to deal with, non-uniform looking gel coat, but the difference it made in this corner, I'm really pleased. This video got absurdly long. I apologize for something so simple as this, but I'm actually gonna do the work now. I'll update you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will get to the next updates that we have coming up in other videos. Thanks. So after several several coats of the Poli, I think I'm in love with the product. The fact that I'm putting and building a layer protection on the gel coat, it's going to have UV inhibitors. I'm going to get the gloss I'm looking for. I can slather this all over the entire coat, the gel coat itself on the boat. I'm going to be really happy with how this turns out. When you actually look at what the boat looks like and how uniform it looks when it's sanded versus when it looks like it's wet with the Poli on it, I think I'm going to be super pleased. This is definitely a product that I would recommend if you have a boat that has gone so far oxidized and has been so neglected. You're going to spend hours or thousands of dollars in trying to bring that gel coat back. And this is a walk in the park, honestly. You're going to burn up your fingertips. You're going to spend a lot of time wet sanding. You're going to knock down all the abrasive, rough gel coat. You're going to make it smooth. And you have to have faith in the process and in the products themselves. I mean, there's a significant difference, and I'll show you guys what it looks like between actually the non-coated gel coat versus the coated gel coat. This can certainly take more coats of the product. I just wanted to do this test area, and I wanted to make sure I actually feel like, is this going to look decent before I go into coating the entire boat with this stuff. Once it's cured fully, and I think it's 12 hours, but I'll certainly leave it longer than that because I've got plenty other things to do to this boat. I'll go over and see how it reacts to putting a ceramic topper or like a detailer on top where I can get extra UV protection, make sure the boat's gonna not, chalk up and have issues in the future. And Poli has several options for products to maintain your gel coat. The fact that this boat looked as rough as it did and the improvement I feel like it has with this product. Now, I've used quite a bit in this little section, but again, I'm going back and forth and letting it cure, going back and forth, letting it cure. I'm going to do this across the whole boat. By the time I end at the bow, I'm going to be going back over the whole boat again. So I'm excited to try to see how much of an improvement we can make with Poli. I'm all about trying new products, trying new techniques. I certainly have had hundreds of hours in just wet sanding and buffing other boats, and I can make them look good and they can shine. And then you could certainly put an actual gel coat ceramic product on top of it, but I thought it'd be cool to try something different. So I'm going to give this a go. I'm not going to keep this boat. This is for the sake of the channel. I'm hopefully not going to be known as the bass boat guy or the boat guy. I wanted to do a series where I show people how I can bring something back to life, and hopefully that's entertaining and give you guys ideas for when you're working on your stuff. And maybe over time I'll get the opportunity to partner with companies where I can do full builds and we can get into the fun stuff where we're replacing lithium batteries and we're talking about performance enhancements to motors, but we still have to get batteries for the boat. We still have to get a good trolling motor. Still have to find good fish finders. I mean, there's a lot that I have to do. I'm on a huge time crunch. So I'm filming this video on the 24th of June. Now, this is gonna sound crazy. I'm gonna try to have this boat complete and fishable with carpet and seats installed for the week of July 4th. So I wanna be able to take the boat out, have some fun fishing, and enjoy it on the water. Tweak a couple things. If things take off and we can actually make big enough improvements where we can actually take the boat, bring it back and do a once over again, we'll do that. I've got other ideas for the channel. So if you're watching this, please let me know what you guys want to see. I'm mechanically inclined for the most part, but I like power sports, machines, equipment. I would love to provide more content, more videos. So if you're watching this, please let me know what you think down below. I should tackle for the next project, but we are still well deep into this project on this bass boat. And honestly, between doing YouTube videos, my day job, and trying to promote different products and actually take time to do a video, it's a lot. So I think Poli has got some really good products and really good options for people that don't want to get into the hours and hours of technically sanding and then buffing and then doing a compound, and then you have to make sure that compound isn't doing a buildup where you have to strip the boat and then put on a coating. I'm pretty well versed in ceramic coating, so I do this a lot on equipment and machinery where I'll wet sand, I'll buff, get rid of orange peel, and then I'll apply a ceramic coat, and that's the final product. This is a little different. We're dealing with gel coat, but we're dealing with insane oxidation on this boat specifically before we actually do that. So I appreciate you watching. I'll do a video where you guys can actually see the difference of this. I know I'm jumping, I apologize, I'm jumping all over the place, but I am totally in test phase. I'm more passionate and excited about figuring out what products are gonna work and how this boat's gonna look when I'm done. So please bear with me. These videos are gonna get better and better as I'm doing this. But for now, let's get to work on the Ranger 185. Okay, doing a product review on Poli Glow. They have the kit here. They give you the Poli Ox. That is the oxidation cutter. You use a little white pad, and you can use a Scotch-Brite pad to cut down the fiberglass to remove the oxidation. You want to look for a uniform gel coat. You put Poli Prep on. That's kind of like your oil and grease remover. You wash and scrub the whole boat with this, and that breaks down and gets rid of all of the gunk off the gel coat. Final step, you apply the Poli Glow. That's what I'm up to next. Watched several reviews on different methods for applications. I'm going to use their wet mitt method and get the Poli Glow on the gel coat so that this boat will be brought back to life. But I've really been impressed with how well this actually cuts the grime off the boat, where I did not have to do any wet sanding. If you're looking for a product that is going to utilize that ability, I would highly recommend you get Poli Prep. This stuff is really good. It smells like a product I've used before, kind of like Simple Green almost. It's got some unique odor to it. You definitely want to wear gloves when you're washing the boat, otherwise it's going to dry out your hands big time. But really good product so far. Definitely happy with how long it goes. You mix this 3 parts water, 1 part Poli Prep. And then this, the more coats you put on, the better the luster, the shine you're gonna get out of your gel coat. So that's what I'm gonna tackle next, but I just wanted to do a quick review on the Poli Glow products so far. Poli Ox and Poli Prep has been awesome. Stay tuned for more. Okay, we're looking at coat number 2. Waited just a few minutes between applications, and it's coming to an even better gloss. You can see the reflection of the LED light bar on the shop ceiling. We're starting to see the benefits of the Poli Glow absorbing and leveling on the fiberglass. Obviously I got a little pooling there, I'm gonna wipe that up. But this is my test spot here before I tackle the whole boat. I might put on 2 more coats before I fully am committed to doing the whole boat. However, if you take a look at this, that is the 2nd coat of the Poli Glow. We'll come on over to this side. That's what we're working with. That's what it looked like before. So, I am feeling like this might work. I'm hopeful right now. I'm using a damp applicator pad. I just wring it out, make sure it doesn't have any dripping abilities. Put on a liberal amount of the Poli Glow so I get a nice even coat. I'm putting on strokes just side to side this way, back and forth, trying not to do circular motions or zigzags. I want it to be just nice and even. But we're getting reflection and a little bit of gloss. So pumped to see what it's actually going to look like when this has got 6 or more coats on it. This might be exactly what we were looking for. Okay, we've got the first application of Poli Glow added to the gel coat. You can see here it's starting to dry, so we are letting that absorb into the gel coat. I tried to go as in straight lines as possible, and you can see it's still giving it a shiny appearance. So I like that it's got the depth now to the gel coat color that we're looking for. Here as we round the corner, that's where I stopped. So this is my little test spot that I'm going to apply this, let it dry completely, and then we will see how many coats it will take to get this to come back to life. This is what's prepped, has not been touched with the Poli Glow. And here is what we are seeing for results right now. So we're gonna get that depth. I like that we have a glossy appearance. I think it's about as uniform as it can be based on the condition of the gel coat. I went down into the tray back here, back by the motor, and I wrapped the corner as well. So fresh carpet, button up against this. It should look pretty good. So far I'm impressed. Obviously, I'm gonna have components or areas on the gel coat that I'm gonna have to put on several coats. I think they said 6 coats, which if this dries quick, won't be a big deal. I just want to do this little test spot and kind of get an idea of what this is going to look like before I do the entire boat, because if I don't like the way it looks and I have to sand all this off, I want to save myself a ton of work by letting this cure up, see what it looks like, and we will continue with updates.